Yeah. Yeah.
Hi guys, it's Friday afternoon. The missus has gone to the pub because school is off for the term, and she's got 2 weeks off. She's actually going to take some time off next term and do a little bit of work from home, catch up on study, give me a hand, work with the dog. Jogging with Barn Dog was really cool this week. We did our Twitter Spaces as usual, our quiz Twitter Spaces. Jason and I, we had some of the ambassadors join us from the team. We spoke with Andrew, K-Train and Andrew, so the UK and then the 2 American ambassadors. We did speak to Miki as well from Japan, from the Japanese community. She's in Singapore, I believe. But this was a little bit different. We did 3 days at STEPN and we had over 300 people Friday in the Discord talking, learning, growing with the game. It's really, really cool to see the change in personnel, going from different countries to see new countries populate out and play the game, and we are seeing an explosion in the game. This week, Parkrun, this will be our 3rd session. We've got a little bit of a graphic drawn up here to sort of show a little bit of support for NFT Sydney. Now that is running tomorrow, 9 AM to 2 PM in Sydney at Barangaroo. Is that the suburb? I believe it could be Barangaroo, but it's all out there in details, $45 per person. This will be blockchain agnostic, so they've got a shitload of shows going in, guests, talkers, all those kinds of things. We did want to get down to it. We, as in my partner, me, my best mate, and his Mrs. Alice, so Gundiver and Alice, we did want to go down. We just couldn't get everything organised properly to make it a proper event. So we are obviously sticking in cans, doing our thing here, and we're going to have some fun tomorrow. It's going to be a bit of a race off O'Brien, Barn Dog, Gundiver. We're all, O'Brien's about 6 years younger than us, and, you know, he thinks he can beat us in a race. So Gundiver and I, we're old, stubborn men. We're going to give it a crack. But, yeah, NFT Sydney. So, you know, more of health and fitness over war. It's a bit of a support for that. They are donating towards good causes, and STEPN is about getting outside. It all starts from 10 minutes a day, right? Like, it gets outside, be healthy, be exercise, make a bit of money at the same time. So good luck at that, NFT Sydney. I spoke to a couple of the guys several times, and I'm keen to get down there for the next one. What is this? Adelaide, April 29. So this is happening, and we've already started preparations for this. This will be an afternoon run, so 5:30 PM till 6:30 PM ACST. That's Adelaide time. So we've got, you got to remember daylight savings, I believe, comes out in April. So did they lose an hour today? Maybe. Queensland doesn't do it. West Australia has done it one time in the last 30 years. So I don't really follow daylight savings in Australia to know it exactly. But, our first live event, by our first, I mean myself and Tyson as the other Australian ambassador. STEPN did something back in December. They did a marathon and a mountain climbing. So it's not technically the first one, but it's going to be the first one for us as Aussies ambassadors, and I'm absolutely keen AF to give it a good crack. This week, I hit me first legendary shoebox, mystery box, I should say. Oh, shoebox. 20 energy, 385 luck. You can see I need to do a bit of a repair after that. It was 2 days without repairs. I've been working so fucking hard trying to get this, the 25 energy strategies on the weekend. She finally popped out at 20 energy. So follow my videos for that. I update with the gems, what I open up, all those kinds of things. You can see some really big videos. I'm popping out the videos more regularly, trying to help talk, strategize. The old brain's ticking away on many, many strategies. The game is very basic at its core, but then it's also goes deep, deep, deep. There is many, many things. Tomorrow night at STEPN Discord, we have our live AMA. It's 11 PM Sydney time. Well, I've got it as, sorry, 11 PM Queensland time. So that's GMT plus 10. So double check Discord to see what the times are. But we're going to find out about the GMT use cases. So we've had the 150,000 on Twitter. And we are going to see that. Finally jumped on the gram on there as well. Now, big week for crypto, right? Big week for STEPN. You could see the GMT did go past $3 and GST did go past $5. It's pretty crazy numbers. I do say to people, be careful if you're going to speculate on those particular coins. Did we see any other big movers? Only one, but I mean, that was quite low. Only one, you know, they had a great launch on Radium. I've got a little bit of it, not a lot, and I'm not talking a whole shitload of thousands and thousands of dollars, just a little bit of it. But Bitcoin had a good week. It went up to 48 and then dropped a little bit. So, you know, there's a bit of positivity, but I mean, STEPN, less than a month old, and it's a top 70 coin. So super exciting. OpenSea. This is a funny one, right? So OpenSea is coming to Solana. You're going to be able to have the Solana blockchain NFTs and things like that, SBL NFTs. So what does it mean for Solana gaming? I'm not going to deep dive it, but effectively it means bringing Ethereum money into Solana. That's what it is, right? But not all games are going to want to go on OpenSea because they don't need to. A lot of the more popular games or the busier games, they'll continue to do their own marketplaces. So some games don't even list on Magic Eden or Solana or Fractal. So this is the funny thing is that there is a shitload of hype around this, and Ethereum has some really, really crazy money on it. So it's a good positive thing. And it will be good. Make sure, of course, you be safe in crypto. Make sure you understand how it works. If you're going to be using OpenSea, I've become a Solana maxi over the last 12 months. So I've dumbed myself down on a lot of the other blockchains. I kept up a little bit with Binance, and that helped with the STEPN launch and the IEO there. It certainly did help. Now, what was interesting with this one, this is playing up the Lux staking. So let's get my password in there. I can't talk and do my code at the same time. But this has been good, but not. It's been a little bit buggy. I don't know why you can't stake your apartments. So if you've got an apartment, condo, duplex, I think it goes apartment, duplex, condo is the combination. For some reason, I can't seem to find value deposited rewards, 750 Lux. It's simple, right? So they did do like multiple coin drops, and now instead of the coin drops, so the Lux AI art doesn't get anything anymore. But you're meant to be able to stake your apartments. That I need to do some more research and follow that up. But what did that do for the units? And it was interesting to see mansions for 200 Solana yesterday. Penthouses went above 30-40. But there hasn't been a lot of movement on it. There has been some movement. Yesterday there was movement, but mainly in just the apartments. So, you know, still wait to see with that. VR is going to be a very tough nut to crack. A lot of people are going to be on the bandwagon of, until it works, we're not that interested. If you get a headset, I've got one in the back here. Can we see it on my camera? Maybe. I've got an Oculus in the back there. I bought that to do a little bit more work in VR and specifically for Lux. But just haven't had the time to really knuckle into it. But VR is amazing. I couldn't believe how good it was. Let's have a look at Remnants. They did do the thread. This is a big long thread about what are the camps going to do. And it's going to make a super interesting situation where you can join up your camps and make bigger land parcels. Once they're fused, that's it. You're only going to get to do this once. So that means there's going to be different sizes, different intrinsic value to different land. And then you've got to go around and hunt down fuel to fuel the generators. It's actually a really cool system. So Remnants, generally speaking, has great love from the community and from the developers. Let me just quickly look at this number while I'm talking about them. They've got 3,700, just under 3,700 staked. So when you stake a remnant, that's basically you go on a loot trip. So 37 out of 4,000. People are farming with these things, right? That's staking. So this is a great detailed thing to understand. The problem with remnants is the entry point of getting into the game. So it is super expensive when you're talking 16.5 Solana. At the moment, they were 15 Solana yesterday. They're kind of bouncing around. It is hard. Does that mean that you shouldn't buy in? My opinion, I'm happy I got in. So I bought a Remnant and a Camp just before I brought them onto stage at Great Protocol at a Solana Gaming Saturday, just to research it and have a bit of an understanding. It was a good win for me. And what's going to happen is they've got the females coming out soon, and that's still coming out. If you have a Remnant, you'll be able to do a little quest in game and get a whitelist spot for the female. So I would think there's going to be a potential to de-risk on that. What did the camp announcements do? It put about a third of the price. People, not a lot of these have actually moved. If you see 12 hours, 10 in the last 12 hours, I think people just delisted and relisted at a higher price just to try to capitalize on that news. Kaiju Cards. This was a really cool one, and let me give credit to the person who did this. I believe in giving more credit. So we have some really great designers at Grape, and Kaiju Cards have got, I hate this internet. I hate my internet. It is so bad sometimes. Was this Barushka, I believe, that did this one? Was it Barushka? I think it might be. Let me double check. I apologize for the time here. Yeah, Barushka. So, we're putting in a guild for it. At the moment, the staking and the quests are there. They started today. The GQs, is it Genesis quests? Or it could be something like that. We'll get through to the slide when I get up there. They're actually very simple, but it was neatly done. So the notorious Dean, he couldn't stake his bean today because they've got a little bit of bugs in the system and you can't stake it, but he bought a bean. He got so excited when he spent 12 Solana on it. I remember. Actually, it might have been 14. But they've been building since the start, of their NFT launch, and that was towards the end part of last year, right? We finally got them coming at Grape on the 12th. Grape Protocol, they'll come in and join one of our Grape Gaming Days, and I'll get Kaiju Mike and I believe Chris coming on stage to say hello and talk about the game. Fizzban, she's awesome. I've been chatting with Fizzban. Very, very helpful and approachable, which is super important. Kaiju Mike, it's finally here. Genesis quests, new limited time game mode. So this is a way of them getting out the quests. Now, what has that done with the activity of... There was a couple of big sales. So a Bog Spirit, I believe they might be rare or epic. The rares are selling... No, it must be an epic, right? So there's been a couple of bigger sales, nothing major, but there's been floors and stuff have been selling. I like where it's going. Some of the stuff has been funny. Obviously, I've got reserved feelings for how the launch went last year, but I've got two. I've got a common and an uncommon, and I've staked mine 100% tonight before stream to have a look. Solans, I noticed this week. They finally got their staking platform done. They had some dramas, and I'm keen to watch them. We had them at Solana Gaming Saturday one week, and the team is intelligent. They've got some really big people in there. They've got a big Star Atlas a big Star Atlas exposure for their Solans, their DAO, and they've got a big photo finish syndicate as well. CryptoStraps. I've looked at CryptoStraps today because me mate hadn't staked his gun. So he staked that up today. They're doing well with their staking in their validator node. I don't even know what it's returning, but I've staked my one minimum mandatory because I actually have no other stake at the moment. I've got a lot of it tied up in sneakers. What do we got here? The loot box, that's available. Today's the last day. You'd want to check it very quickly. They work usually on a US time, so you may have a few hours if you manage to see this video as it goes live to have a look at that. Follow the Discord. Now, Gyris. I did say I was going to mint. Oh, you can do Soulflare now. I did say I was going to mint more if they were here this week, right? Why can't I move my wallet? I can. I've got 3. I'm going to mint 2 more. 5.17. So ready to go. Let me do 2 more. Please confirm all mint transactions. All 2 mint transactions. Hello. Hello. Now, because they're going to be too hard to go and find and load up in digital eyes, which gives me so much grief, I now have 5. That's it for me. I'm going to get my 5, sit on those. They've got 4 genus, so 4 different types of genes, races. I will be minting the further. They still have minted out 1462, but I like the information I'm seeing. They're an Aussie team. I am impressed and want to see more. Now, let's have a look at what we get. You get land rights, Gyris allocations, 3D playable avatar, 3D rideable animal. You can join the land much like I was talking about with the Remnants, and you can put those parcels together and make bigger parcels of land. This is going to be a game to play with friends. We're doing it with me and my mates. We are doing it hopefully at Grape as well as a part of that system of the Grape Gaming Council. This is another game we're going to pick up as a 3.0 and become not experts, but we're going to have an SME running for many games. O'Brien, brother-in-law, he is going to definitely be in there. Genesis Quest, this was talking about the Kaiju. You go in and you talk to these people. They give you 3 quests each. Each one is for differing days. You can do quests from 1 day to, I think it was a month. So if you just want to stake for 30 days, piss off and forget about it, awesome. If you want to stake for less, you can work out how many gems you're going to get. And the gems, the quests you've chosen, the Kaiju's rarity, the holder bonus. Oh, see, I had to move a Kaiju, which I was a bit disappointed for, right? Because I use Solid still as my Grape thing. I need to change to my Phantom and set up as a multi-Phantom wallet as well within my Grape protocol. But I had to move one today, so I've held one for bloody ages. Rarity bonus, holder bonus, very cool. So you talk to the NPCs, there's 3 different times you put your Kaijus in. It was actually a pretty neat system, and I'll show you at the end. You get games, you get these gems, and they're going to be used later in the game. I think it's great. Get in there, have a look if you've got your Kaiju. Let me see what else we've got. Oh, the video for it. This is why I got headphones on today. I love this. What? 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 use cases and 1 question mark, question mark. So they're thinking about this, right? I mean, shit. That was pretty cool. I liked some of the video trailers, the fight scenes. These guys have been building, working hard, and it is cool to have them coming into Grape. Let's have a look at this one, Decimated. This is their trailer. I'm not a big first-person shooter. I played some Contention a couple of weeks back. I actually enjoyed it. I would like picking up a first-person a bit more often with my mates. They love the first-person, so I'd like to play one of the games with them. Very Halo looking, isn't it? I'll let you go and watch that. That is the Decimated new trailer. 554 views. They don't have a lot of viewers at the moment. This is cool. I like Decimated, the team, everything I've seen. They do a lot of Twitch, a lot of recording. This is a team that moved from Ethereum to Solana because Solana is just fucking awesome and built for games, really, with the transaction cost. DeFi Land changed their roadmap. we're going to have a quick squiz at DeFi Land. Are we tonight? We'll have a quick look, just for shits and giggles. Anatoly the cat. I've been asked to have a look at Anatoly, and I will check that out. They're in the latest hackathon. So, DeFi Land. What has DeFi Land been doing apart from this? That's some groovy tunes on. See, I'll listen to this in the background. They've got Audius in their building, of course, had that for ages. What are they doing? I believe the staking went above 200 million in the accounts. I've topped mine up a little bit this week. Not a lot. Of course, that's not a whole lot of money. I just turn these, I've got 2 farms here, and I just rotate those into DFL tokens. It's still under 2 cents, 1.8 or something like that. But the NFTs, they've got the marketplace coming soon for the NFTs. You're not going to be paying marketplace fees. You're going to be paying maybe fees in DFL, or maybe you need DFL to buy the NFT. That part I haven't fully understood. But look, it's still a favourite for me. I'm going to mix and match my fishing rod. I definitely need a fishing rod in this game because I just like to chill out and look at a game and just chill out for 5-10 minutes. And the fishing does look cool in this still. So I'm sitting on here, clicking on me moo cows, clicking on me dog. I need to buy myself a dog NFT. Remnants. Now, Riptide hooked me up last week and gave me a bolt cutter, and shit has been going nuts for me in Remnants. So I've managed to get 2 cards, got a backpack a couple days ago that lets you hold another item, which let me drop down trip time and income, and that allows me to do more loot cycles. I'm enjoying this, and I'm so fucking happy I brought them into Grape, and I bought an NFT myself and had a little bit of a look at it. Let's have a look at Kaiju. This should be loaded. Yes, here we are. So I've got my 2 Kaijus on quest. I've got myself a Mushroom Farmer and got myself the Frog Knight. You can see 22 hours, 19 minutes. That's going to earn me 116 gems. And yeah, you just click on them. So you would now go and look at one of these other ones. The lag is real. We'll look at the next slide. You would click on another one, and then you could send Kaijus into different places. Now, I don't know whether you get just gems from those returns. I think you might only just get gems at this stage. So this is me ships. I do need to pull my finger out, offload. Pit stop though is still the best way of doing this game. Still. So if you use pit stop, it loads up all your data for you. You can click on one button and you can do everything. Refuel all, do it in 4 different types of refuels, but it's really cool to calculate whether you've got any claims. The thing is, the Solana market's been, blockchain's been so horrible this week. How good is this music, right? So we can see GMT, that went absolutely cray-cray. $3 high, and GST at the moment, $4.69. So what else is happening at Grape for the week? Where am I looking? We'll go back here. Oh, I've got a call, so I do have to log off quickly. So at Grape this week, Solana Gaming Saturdays is happening on the Saturday night, but it's very chilled and very relaxed at the moment. It's more about us just chilling out, playing a few of these Web 3.0 games. I'll be playing a bit of Eyes Per Chain this week. We'll look at some of the other games, but Eyes Per Chain is definitely the one that I'll be looking at the most, because apparently you can grind out a level 6 weapon in the game. I am so excited to actually see whether it's doable. Multiplayer's available. That was bugged out last week, but it is good to go now. Tuesday, I've got a cancellation on for Grape Gaming Day. It's the first week of the school holidays. We're going to be doing that with the kids, and we are going to have some fun with that. So yeah, hope I've helped. I'm going to look at a few less games. Less is more. I'm struggling with looking at everything at the moment with all of the work. But yeah, thank you, Mother, for the rabbits.